By the time this video is over, 4 people will become a victim of sexual assault. In a year, 460,000 people living in the United States of America will also become a victim of sexual assault. In the year of 2019, 459,306 people living here became victims of sexual assault. One of those victims is Samantha Josephson. For those of you that do not know her story, Samantha was a 19-year-old student here at the University of South Carolina, kind of just like me. After a night downtown with her friend, she got into a car that she mistakenly thought was her Uber driver and then proceeded to get raped and killed by the driver. Samantha could have been anybody. She could have been your sister, your mom, that girl in your math class, your girlfriend, any of them. What would you do if that was your mom? Or your sister? Or your girlfriend? Would you know how to help them? Would you know what to do? Would you know what resources to be able to provide for them to be able to heal from this traumatic experience? If the answer to your question is no, that's honestly okay. In a recent survey given to random students here at the University of South Carolina, they were asked the following questions: what their age and gender was, have they or someone they know become a victim of sexual assault, did they know the post-trauma signs of sexual assault, and did they know resources available to sexual assault victims. The results were unsettling and kind of shocking. At least 83% of the students who took this survey were a victim of sexual assault or at least knew a victim. However, only 25% of them answered confidently that they knew the effects of sexual assault and they knew how to help the victims of a sexual assault. Much like any other traumatic event somebody may go through, everybody will experience it differently and react towards it differently. However, according to the Medical University of South Carolina, the main symptoms of a sexual assault victim are depression, flashbacks, developing eating disorders, substance abuse, developing PTSD, and sadly, sexual assault victims are 31 times more likely to kill themselves than somebody who is not a victim of sexual assault. Now, like I said, everybody reacts to things differently. Some people may become hypersexually active, others may go into crime. It depends on the person, it depends on how their body responds. Despite how tragically and often sexual assault occurs, there are multiple resources available to victims that they might not even know about. If a victim comes to you about their assault, please do not panic. The best thing you can do is listen to them, believe what they're saying, and offer them empathetic and compassionate support. Offer them the opportunity to speak to somebody of authority, but please do not force them to do that. It is their experience, it is their assault, and they will be comfortable and ready whenever they feel they are ready to talk to somebody in authority. Understand that they might need a lot of time and they might begin to push people away and become very angry. And if they aren't quite ready yet, let them know of other resources available to help them during this time. Some resources that are available here in the Midlands are the Sexual Trauma Services of the Midlands and support groups here on campus at the University of South Carolina. The Sexual Trauma Services of the Midlands offers 24-hour hotlines, counseling services, shelter, and even legal assistance for victims. On campus, there is a sexual assault violence intervention and prevention advocacy. They offer an anonymous hotline, academic assistance, safety planning, and even consultations to explain processes, rights, options, and resources to victims and the victim support system. There is also an organization here on campus called the Student Survivors for Survivors that is dedicated to raising awareness and support for victims here at USC and throughout the Columbia-Richland area. Everything I just told you though, those are ways you could help the victim, but here's how you can get involved. At the Sexual Trauma Services of the Midlands, they offer volunteer opportunities and accept donations. I strongly encourage you to volunteer there at least once a month. There's multiple different opportunities you can do, or maybe try to donate $25 to $30 once a month to them. On campus, if you don't feel like getting involved there, you can join the Student Survivors for Survivors group and learn ways that they are raising awareness here at USC. There are also multiple shelters here in Columbia that are always accepting new volunteers, money donations, or donations of household goods like towels, blankets, and things of that nature. Last semester in my sorority, I was gratefully offered the chance to donate 20 to 30 items to the women's shelter here in Columbia. I donated items ranging from towels and blankets to clothing and toiletries. A few days after I donated the items, I got a message back from the women's shelter. They told me how much they appreciated what I did and how much it was going to help them with the victims that they were having and constantly getting brought in. And no, it might not seem like a lot, but honest to God, that is one of the easiest things you could do. Those towels you have lying around you don't want, you can donate them to the shelter and they can go to a victim or victim's family who needs them. But despite everything, sexual assault victims and rates are increasing astronomically. It is becoming more frequent to know somebody who is a victim than to not know somebody who is a victim. I hope that now you know a little bit more about the effects of sexual assault and ways that you can help victims and ways to get involved. You never know. It could be a loved one or you that is a victim next. And like I said at the beginning of this video, throughout this entire video, at least 4 people became a new victim of sexual assault, and one day you never know if it could be you.